Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your mid-September general reading. Already done your September sort of whole reading. If I remember right, there's a lot of relationship, I call it sort of interference patterns, a little bit of people rubbing each other the wrong way, basically. You get the ring here as your Lenormand card. So the ring tends to be about loyalty and commitment, marriage, relationships. It didn't come up reverse. So obviously, no matter where you're at in your life, there's a theme. So can I just move something a minute? So this is obviously about relationships. It can be about contracts. It can be about contracts, by the way. I've definitely seen it. Someone got it when they were moving house and the house sold. Yeah, so a contract was made, yeah. Tends to be a bit love, guys, to tell you the truth. Marriage. So give me a minute. And then we'll just take a... I'm trying to keep myself... I did get some feedback from you. It so helps when you get feedback. Because you don't feel that you're reading for a blank wall. It really, really helps. So thank you, those who sent it. You know who you are. So what you're looking for is the Death card, a shift, a change, a shredding of an old identity, okay? The gift is a 10 of Pentacles, which is fantastic if it's financial struggles. The challenge is the Ace of Cups. Gosh, okay. Relationships, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Money and work, you get the Three of Swords. That's weird when it's underneath the 10 of Pentacles. So this, okay. The Hanging Man at a soul level. Then the Ace of Swords and the Judgment card. Judgment card to me is resurrection. You know it's very interesting already in your reading. So you get two cards that are the whole evolution of a pattern, which is death and rebirth. Yeah, so these work beautifully together. As we shred an old skin, we become reborn. Yeah, we eventually, if it's a dark night of the soul, we come out of that dark night of the soul. And we always come out wiser, don't we? And more full of spirit and full of soul and full of, what's it, Shakti, you know, this divine energy. This is what you want, and the outcome is the cycle coming complete. And the fact is with the Ace of Swords, which is the gift of clarity, the gift of sight, the gift of a clear mind. Knowing what you want, knowing what you desire, knowing what's going on. Clarity, beautiful. Because see, sometimes I believe it's not always what we go through. It's about being in truth, especially as a Sagittarius, by the way. It's like you need to know where you're pointing the arrow, don't you? Anyhow, you're coming, the outcome is some sort of truth. I have no idea why you've got the 10 of Pentacles as the gift and the 3 of Swords on money and work. For some, this is obviously money that's came to you through a loss or heartache. Yeah. So if any of you have gone through that loss or bereavement, my thoughts are with you guys, okay? What you want is a Death card. The Death card is you're ready for change. End of. You just want something to change. And for the old identity, the old whatever it is, to shift. Yeah, and the gift of a 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is obviously about prosperity. I mean, prosperity, one thing of prosperity is money. It's also about relationship, wealth. It's about spiritual wealth. It's about health. Obviously, I think we've all learned that. Virgo is a very, very important archetype in the zodiac. And it's funny because one of the myths is we won't get to the new world until we all learn to incorporate Virgo, which is looking after our well-being, basically. And I think I sort of believe that myth now, and I might go back and read a little bit of this writer's work. So the gift of the Ten of Pentacles is obviously financial, big time, and it's clarified for the King of Pentacles, so potentially a lot of access to financial good news here. The challenge is the Ace of Cups. Okay, you're the only person who's got the Ace of Cups as a challenge. I get it an awful lot as a reader. Why is the Ace of Cups a challenge? It's with the Fool card. So the Fool's about taking risks. Blank canvas. Carries no karma. Karma is simply memory. Okay, so and it plays itself out. And it plays itself out because we haven't allowed ourselves to fully process and experience. So it becomes a karmic pattern. And that's it. If you check out my website, I have spoke a bit about it, because it's pretty much the work that I do, helping to heal the karmic imprint. So this is a challenge. So it might be you, it might be someone that you're dealing with, who's scared to walk down a new pathway, scared to take a risk, scared to trust love, scared to open the heart. Remember, Sagittarius, we never know what it's taken what a person's gone through before they come in front of our eyes. It's really, really hard not to judge. And it's really hard not to judge when you yourself have managed to look within and dug out all those patterns. But the trick then is to not close your heart if someone else is, there's a dynamic about emotional openness going on. Ace of Pentacles in your relationship. So the aces are always about new patterns and new stages. This could be someone that you know, getting a new job. It could be some things beginning to take shape. It's with the Tower card. I goddamn love the Tower card, guys. It's the only card that really brings change. So we can spend our whole life in the High Priestess realm, yeah, that sort of thing. We can desire change, but we don't take any action. And then the Tower comes. It's an epiphany. It's a realization. It's a break from oppression. And it's a moving forward. So your relationship energy is incredibly powerful, guys. I mean, every single card in the deck's powerful. But I would sort of say there's probably nothing more powerful than the Tower card, because it wakes us up. It's almost like this divine energy that comes into our lives, and suddenly we go, oh my God, I see it. And before we couldn't see it. And it's not that there's anything wrong with us, it's just we have not received the clarity that we need. So we're still full of fear, and then this energy comes our way, and then it's not that we're perfectly okay after then, but we've got the clarity. And once we've got clarity, we can begin to do the work. It's a lot of people are saying, you know, I woke. I woke's only the first stage of the path. And after that, it's transmuting all those sort of old hurts and purifying the heart again. So we learn to love and be open. That's the path, actually. And most of the work I do is a stage 2, so I help people with a cleaving process. There's a lot of energy going on in your relationships. It's almost this powers coming through. So people in your relationships might be making very, very powerful choices. Okay? And even though the Ace of Cups and the Fool card is still the challenge, It's almost like the Two of Pentacles. There's a juggling going on within someone's world about new beginnings, fear. I woke, but I've not yet fully cleared my heart yet. So I'm a little bit nervous to walk down new pathways. Anyhow, why is the Three of Swords in your money and work? I have got no idea, unless some of you are having to go back to work. Sorry. Yeah, you get the mice. Niggling, niggling, niggling thoughts. I had a feeling you were going to get the mice. So the mice undermines us. Yeah. It erodes our sense of being good enough. It erodes our sense of self-worth. It could be a bullying boss who's the mice. But if you forget about the bullying boss, focus on you and your awakening that will get you away from that bullying boss. But the mice is a sense of, because there's some incredible money cards, but it's almost like there's a state of mind that's eroding something. And only you really, really know what it is. But it tends to be about doubt about our abilities, our sense of worth, our sense of being good enough. Hanging Man, the soul level, I think is to do with whatever's going on in this relationship dynamic. Hangman, Pisces realm, thy will be done, hanging upside down. But in reality, the Hanging Man doesn't really do anything. What he's doing, just clearing, 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 and a bit like if you're dealing with this relationship person who's in a bit of a polarity, why? Why? Okay, what's this about? What do I need to learn from this? That's the Hanging Man. Yeah. So it looks passive, but in some ways it's the most dynamic of the cards. But it's dynamic in a way of it's always about letting go of the past. That's what the whole of 2020 is about. And maybe 2021. We can't sidestep this process. Many will try, and it will not go well. We all need to do our work of clearing the past from our energetic fields and opening up our hearts again. Okay? And there's many ways to do that clearing work. A lot of people do therapy. I'm an esoteric therapist. That sort of thing. But look at the outcome. Clarity and rebirth. There is nothing to worry about, Sagittarius. Whatever dynamics are going on for you, whatever interference patterns, because an interference pattern is just a dynamic, there's friction. That's all it is. So the Ace of Swords is clarity and rebirth. So this is desiring to shred an old skin, and this is coming out the opposite side and saying, I did it. I did it. And whatever that is about, I had something I had to deal with, and I set forward and I did it. There's definitely an interesting story about money going on here. And there's really an interesting story about love as well. Both are playing out. Anyhow, Sagittarius, they're all just going to be quick, quite brief readings. It's quite a beautiful reading, by the way. I'm sort of looking at the cards and going, it's almost like there's this, it just seems it's a very profound process going on for you. Don't let the mice undermine you, especially if it's about finances, building something, and whatever's going on in your relationships. It's when the Tower card enters someone's life, it's like they've got the epiphany, but they haven't done the next step yet. Yeah, which is clearing the Fool card, because the Fool carries no karma. I don't think there's such a person in the world that carries no karma. I'm sure there's a few. I'm definitely not one of them, Sagittarius. I'm a work in process. But we can do our best. Yeah. And you can do your best to say, well, this is in my life. What do I need to learn? Yeah. And that's all we can do. And that's what gets you to this rebirth and this clear vision. Absolutely beautiful reading. Lovely. Lots of love, guys. Bye.